A little arachnid reveals a lot about people in the new children's book, Spider in the Well. It's the first from Hamilton-based author-illustrator Jess Hannigan. And today is its book birthday, so happy book birthday to Spider in the Well, and welcome to Jess. So you are kind of an anomaly in the publishing world because most authors don't illustrate their own books and most illustrators don't write their own stories.
Yeah, it's so exciting to be able to get to do both. I have some friends who have both written and illustrated their own books, and I just love them so much. You really get the chance to put your whole self into the book. It's like your baby, and that control can be nice too. And I've always been a goofy guy. I like telling stories. I always drew comics and stuff like that, so it feels pretty natural.
Yeah, and it was actually your literary agent. You were an illustrator, and she's like, "You're funny, so write a story."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's been really encouraging. Yeah, right out of school, I started working on this book pretty much. So it's been my first foray into it, and it's crazy it took so long to come out, but
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay, and it starts with breaking news, which had my attention right away, right? I'm like, wow, this isn't a book for kids. This is a book for me. So it starts out with breaking news because there's the main character in the story who's not the spider, but he kind of does everything in this town.
Yeah, he's taken advantage of, and it's a real crime, and you can see that right away, and I'm sure kids will see that too. He's so overworked. He's the milkman, he's the newsboy, he's the chimney sweep with his face all dirty, and he's like, this is fine, and right away you're like, I don't think it is. Yeah. So
he becomes an unlikely hero then, and you kind of get to see what the townspeople are really like in this. Because there's a spider, there's a well, and all of a sudden the well isn't working anymore. It's a wishing well.
Yes, yeah, that's the big shocking news is this town's beloved wishing well, who they've been making all of their altruistic wishes in, and they've just been, oh, I wished for world peace, and they've been having such a great time with it. Suddenly it's busted, and they don't want to go check it out themselves, so they send the lowly newsboy. They get to do anything to go and investigate.
Okay, and I don't want to do a spoiler alert here for kids or adults, but
this is the problem. It's how much do I give away?
Yes,
because there is twists.
But he finds out the real truth about these people that say that they're wishing. You know, the baker wants to feed the world and so do so many good things. But I think it teaches kids a lesson about face value.
Sure, yeah, and maybe a lesson about themselves too, because introspectively, you think maybe I say things on the outside that sound better on the inside. You can be a little selfish too. So I think kids will be able to see themselves in every character in this book, good or bad. There's a lot of gray areas for kids to have discussions with their parents about who is the bad guy in this book? I don't really know. Is there one?
Yeah. And how did it start out for the process for you? Were you drawing things first and kind of like you had the spider, or did you think, okay, I've got this story idea? Yeah.
Oh, it really started just with the image of the spider down in the well with that big circular shot of looking in. I just thought that would look so cool. It kind of came around in school. I was working on a similar project that was folktale-y with a well, and I'm just obsessed with kind of scariness of a dark, deep well and what's in there. And I just had this image of the spider, so I started to think, who is this spider? What's he doing in there? Is he, hiding? Is he sneaking and listening to people? And then I thought, oh, it's a wishing well, and he's been grabbing these wishes. And then from there, the story kind of grew organically almost and took different routes, and me and my editor, Hannah Mann, kind of narrowed it down to, what would be the most fun.
Very cool. And how tough is it to get published in children's lit right now?
I think it's tricky. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. It can be gatekeepy. It really helps to know someone who's already in and they can give you the lowdown. Thankfully, I've made a lot of really good friends. Leanne Cho, Monica Ronaldo, who's in Montreal, who have been really helpful for letting me know the ins and outs. And I'm in Discords. The picture book pals have been really great. Yeah, and my agent has been so helpful too, because she knows I'm a baby. So she gave me the lowdown of here's how it works, here's how you can get yourself in there. But I got really lucky because I won the third prize, bronze medal at Sheridan College.
Awesome.
Which was John Klassen's award, and so that's how I was connected with John. And then through him, I got my agent and went from there because he really encouraged me and pushed me. So it's good to have someone in your corner saying, you should make books.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody in your well.
Yes.
Spider in the Well is out now. Congratulations to Jess.
Thank you so much.
Who's from Fort Erie.
Yes.
Hey to everybody that's watching in Ridgeway.